How to improve the performance of your employees. Constructive criticism done right. Constructive criticism is a big part of the enterprise game. As soon as you hire someone, you'll need to start providing constructive criticism to that person. Whether you do it in a formal manner or on the fly, it doesn't really matter. Employees need to understand where they've gone wrong and how they can improve. It's not about treating people like crap or being negative. It's about raising the bar, getting your people to match your expectations and perform up to minimal standards, and helping them improve. However, most business owners do not like having to criticize and correct the behavior of their employees. So the question is how to do this task in a way that is palatable and that works, that produces positive results. If we can figure that out, then everybody wins. First, close the door. These meetings are at times intense coaching sessions. They must be conducted in a closed-door session with no one else present. Use facts to explain what prompted you to call the meeting. Don't beat around the bush or sugarcoat your message. Go over exactly what happened and explain why that can't ever happen again. Then make a specific request for change in behavior. Focus on actions you wish the person to take. For example, if an employee is frequently tardy, say that punctuality is expected every single day. If an employee is unproductive, say how many tasks the employee should perform in order to be adequate. And stay away from saying, "I don't like it when blah, blah, blah." Instead, try using phrases like, "It works more effectively when," or, "When you give great customer service, people talk about that." This helps the company grow and will help you grow. Be very clear about the consequences of not responding to the behavior request, namely that they can't stay. Always put your focus on their performance, on their behavior. It's easy to be swayed by personality. Don't do that. Focus on what the person did, not who they are. For example, if you get a customer complaint that one of your employees was rude, make sure you don't call that employee a rude person. Instead, explain how they can come across rude to some people and how they can work on fixing that, and demonstrate what you mean. And if they don't know where to put the stamps on the envelopes, show them. Tailor what you say. Depending on the person you're speaking to, your approach will need to differ a bit. Some people require a direct message, some a slightly more delicate approach. Still, make sure your criticisms are as clear as you can possibly make them. Otherwise, it makes it difficult to set a clear path towards improvement. Include the big picture. To be effective, your coaching should describe how the employee's performance affects the team's objectives and the company's reputation. Instead of saying you lack motivation and that sets a tone for laziness for everybody else, try something like, "I notice that your projects are consistently coming in after deadline, which makes it seem like you don't care about any of us around here. What can we do to help you meet your deadlines more effectively?" Choose your words carefully. Don't go negative. Beware of the buts, as in, "You're doing a really great job, but..." If you are critical in your tone, your team member will immediately put up a defensive wall. For example, instead of saying, "You don't take initiative," turn that into a statement of expectation. "You really have some good ideas, and I'm depending upon you to step up and take action." Always provide relevant examples and help you bring your points alive. And unless this is the last straw for this person, stay away from saying, "or else you'll be fired." Here's the crux of all this. You can't just tell people to get better. You have to show them how to get better. You have to describe the behavior you want from them, demonstrate and model how you want things done. Get them to practice or rehearse the improved behavior you want in a role-play situation until you're sure they've mastered it. Then take the next step. Work out a specific plan for improvement, what the employee will do and by when. Offering constructive criticism needs to include follow-up. So before you finish, schedule a follow-up session for the next week or so. When your employee knows there's a follow-up, they're going to feel more confident that the criticism won't be hanging over their head forever. It's not a permanent dark cloud. Assuming the person has improved his behavior, your follow-up can erase any bad feelings they may have. And if things have not improved or not improved enough, then you already have a designated time to do some more coaching. Always follow up, even if it's a quick compliment on a job well done. Giving corrective criticism is part of being a boss. You need to constantly monitor and evaluate the people you manage and measure their success. When performing this task, you want to make sure you get your message across and set goals for improvement without demoralizing or devaluating your team members. You want to get them to fully understand how their behavior needs to change. Now, sure, you can do all this just right. However, no matter how well-intended you are or how good you become at this, for some people these sessions will stir up feelings of fear and unpleasantness. You need to proceed anyway, because a healthy work environment requires helpful evaluations, so things get done properly. And there you have it. These guiding principles for making an, at times, unpleasant task less so are mostly common sense. And as you change how you do this and get some practice under your belt, two things are likely to happen. First, you'll feel better about giving corrective criticism. And second, those you manage will almost look forward to your coaching sessions, because the time they get from you will help them do their jobs better. So everybody wins, and that's always great. Now, there is a lot more to improving the performance of your employees than I've outlined here. There is deliberate training, a powerful preparation structure that eliminates much of the employee frustration commonly experienced by business owners. I developed deliberate training after studying the training methods and the professional career of Vince Lombardi, former head coach of the Green Bay Packers football team. If you want to learn about deliberate training, let me know and we'll make that happen. When you get the mechanics of playing the enterprise game right, then everything else falls into place. And if you're doing a lot of this stuff already and it's not working for you, then it's not what you're doing, but how you're doing it that's the problem. And we need to spend some time together to figure out how to fix that. Thank you for your attention. I'd love to hear your comments on this piece.